Welcome to another episode of Hardknocktv. This is the Grammy edition, and we're in New York. And we couldn't start the Grammy edition without a multi-Grammy nominee. My man's been here. He's done it a few times.
Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise. The last time we were together was Beats One for a radio show.
Yeah.
Had a great time playing D'Angelo's Voodoo.
Yeah,
and
man.
You took me back to that tour and the memories. You touring with D'Angelo, to me, man, that's like the heyday of like the music, at least I grew up with, what that album meant, and just the Soulquarian movement and all that. When you look back on that movement, like what are some of the things that stand out?
Just the musicianship, the quality of musicians that we had taught me how to listen out for musicians, what it feels like to be amongst greatness. D'Angelo and Questlove and all these guys, man, they were teaching us a lot. And I took the same thing and created my own environment on stage and on tour. So.
You're nominated for your second, well actually you've been nominated a bunch of times, but you're going for your second Grammy win. You
Yeah,
got one
for the
in your
second.
pocket.
I'm nominated 18 times.
18 times.
19th, and I won one with Al Green in 2009. And this is on my birthday too, 28.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That'd be the perfect birthday gift, right?
Me and Rick Ross both, and J. Cole. So
That's right. All Aquarius.
for the Aquarians, yeah.
Yeah, I'm an Aquarius. That's why the vibes are always good, man.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
You've done this many times. For a first-time Grammy nominee, let's say Daniel Ceasar, Ceasar, Black, Khalid, what advice do you have? Because it's a whole hoopla around what's going on this week. What advice do you have to those first-time nominees?
It's not about the win, you know what I mean? Enjoy the ride, and I think if you do that and embrace it and just know that people are really considering you to be the next wave of what's great, enjoy that and create from that place. I think you can enjoy it better. Whether you take it home or not, you're still a winner, and it's part of the journey. You know, I think they're all talented. I love what Black's doing. Daniel Caesar's really, really a good guy. Ceasar, Khalid, all of them are great in their own right.
Can you speak a little bit about that wave? I feel like what we define as R&B has really expanded over the years.
Yeah, it has. You know, some of the cats now, you know, there's a whole sonic change that went on from trap music now into it's like like a space kind of R&B on space with the different effects on the voice and the cadence within the lyrics. Everything's repeated. It's not a lot of lyrics in a lot of the songs. It's a vibe, more of a vibe. Then they bring it back to the R&B, and then they go back vibe out again. So it's an interesting thing that they're doing now.
You feel good with the expansion R&B? I know there's like some purists who are like, this is what it should be, and there's some other people who are just like, let's just embrace the different voices for what they are. Where do you stand in that conversation?
I've been doing it all. I've been around a lot of different changes in the music. I appreciate it, and I actually own all of the CDs. Every last one of those guys.
You still buying CDs? I love that.
CDs. And I have to have it for my truck, even though I have the Bluetooth. It's just something about that. I don't want my phone ringing and disturbing me, so I put my CD in, or I'll download it in my phone as well.
I'm still a liner notes person. I like the CD or the vinyl. I like to
look at it. Yeah, I like to look at the booklet and see who produced.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm interested in seeing where it goes.
For sure.
I'm still doing hooks for some of the new rappers. Just got a hit last night for a little twist.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta hear that.
Yeah, he hit me up. Nipsey Hussle, I did something for him.
We just interviewed Nip.
I was on Tupac. So no matter what changes, I'm still being invited. I'm still being invited, which is awesome.
For sure.
Yeah.
One thing that I feel like I would love to see more in R&B right now is something like what Marvin did with What's Going On. I feel like the time's there, like the fact that he could dedicate a whole album to what was going on, and I feel like we're in such crazy times right now that I would love to see an artist just dedicate a whole album to just addressing like all the different issues that we're going through. What do you think is preventing something like that from happening?
I think people are so busy at trying to be popular, trying to stream, trying to get likes, and just certain things have been distracted on what's really happening. I think it's so bad, in certain places and certain things that everybody's trying to numb themselves to it.
Yep.
Nobody want to really face it on, because once you face it, you have to do something about it. And then you become, part of the problem if you see it and you don't do anything about it. I've been writing some really great stuff. I have a song called Charleston, what happened down in Charleston, and some other great songs that are really geared toward that. So now I'm just independent now. Just my first album will be out independent.
When can we expect that?
Well, sometime this year. Yeah. But I have a lot of songs that's geared toward that.
I'd love to hear that.
Oh man, it's real. It's raw.
Yeah. It's funny. I was having a conversation with someone, and they told me when Marvin was actually recording that, the label wasn't too enthusiastic about putting that album out at the time because they wanted something more pop and more, they didn't know how it was going to resonate. It ended up being, one of the top 50 albums of all time because I feel like he was really speaking to what was going on. And I'm just trying to figure out, many years later, is it still kind of like the label politics, or you said it's the artists themselves just kind of being caught up in the...
It's the label too, though. Yeah, because, they'll promote certain things, certain sounds, certain artists to be the next big thing, and everybody follows that wave, and nobody really takes the time out to be original.
Yep. Your last album came out in 2016. It expanded. I felt like your range a little bit. You were talking a little bit about like where R&B is going. I felt like you were testing different ranges. Can we expect that from the new album too, in terms of like trying different styles musically?
I think I've done it over the time, even with coming from where I'm from.
Right.
That was Lucille, which was paying tribute to some of the country greats. China Black, which was like an old folk type of blues record.
You've been ahead of the curve.
I've done those songs on each album. Just the singles get the notoriety and all the exposure. But you can continue to expect for me to do something outside of just the R&B on every album, because if you don't, you caught up in a box with a ribbon on it.
Right.
So
even Amen. Like I love the way you like flipped that to the love affair, and it was just like it was such a beautiful thing. Even the video too, it was just refreshing. It
was good. I was down working with Salam Remy down in Miami, and I was about to go home, and he started playing some other stuff. I said, "Hold on, that's a little different. Let me hear that." I don't know what made me feel like something churchy about it, but I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm gonna approach this like the verses. I'm gonna approach this as if it was R. Kelly writing, and then I'm gonna take it back to Anthony Hamilton on the hook." And that's how that whole thing came about.
It was dope. It's definitely one of my favorite ones out of the last album.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the Hamiltons. You went from we talked earlier, D'Angelo, being backup for D'Angelo. Now you're creating your situation where you're developing talent too. What's it been like to kind of like take a little bit off the artist hat and just kind of think about like how to develop another act?
It's been really good, man. I think these guys are self-made already, and the only benefit for me is having the relationships to open the door and showing them how the relationships are important, and just allowing them to be who they are, and then taking that and polish it up.
You've been through it 20 years plus.
Jada Kiss Y, Thug Matching with Tupac, did a lot. Busta Rhymes, Things We Be Doing for Money.
Yeah,
I did a lot of rap records, man. I probably about 40, 50 of them.
Any in particular that stand out? Did you get a chance to? Pac was post-mortem, right? Or did you actually get a chance to work with Pac?
I met Pac a few times. We kind of hung out at a few parties here and there and talked a little bit. It was really exciting.
Yeah. Just charismatic.
He was upbeat. Every time I seen him, he was upbeat. He was just happy. He'd be, I never saw him in a dark place. But it was, I had a chance to really meet him and feel his energy out.
Being from the Bay, there was always a humanity to Pac that always kind of resonated with everyone. Just kind of like the empowerment. I always tell people a story. It's like I've had conversations about Tupac in Africa. I've had conversations about Tupac in South America. It's like there was something about the way he connected with people that just kind of resonated on a very personal level.
I think everybody can you know, identify what's real, the raw, that soldier, that leader.
Yep.
And everybody's drawn toward it. There's a light in it. And he had that. And he was about to turn his light to the brightest ever.
For sure.
And the dark forces wanted to get rid of him. So
that's real. I feel like we're still missing that light, that energy. It's kind of been void for a while.
Yeah, it has. I think the silencing of those true champions has had an effect on
a lasting effect, for sure. Yeah. Especially in times like this when it's like, man, who do we turn to? Who's going to speak out?
Even the Lauryn Hills and people like, you know, strong.
That's why I'm excited about the Charleston track and the other tracks you're working on. I feel like right now is the time.
It is,
we need that.
It is. It speak to the people.
For sure. Yeah. What advice do you have? A lot of artists always come up to me, like young artists, and they're like, what advice do you have? I'm always like, don't be quick to sign unless it's the right situation. You know, there's certain things like, be careful with the 360 deals, certain things.
Yeah.
For somebody who's, you know, you've seen a lot of the different sides, you've seen the business side, what advice would you have to young artists watching?
You know, learn the business, learn the contract, learn the lingo, because all 360s are not bad. If you negotiate it to benefit you and your team, then it's not bad. It's an all-inclusive in-house thing.
Right.
Sometimes it's best to not have it all packaged in one. Sometimes it is. It just depends on what you. But learn the lingo, learn the language. Have a vision, your vision. Make sure that you sign with people who understand it and believe in it. And you know, save your money, save some money, save some soul, save some health. Keep a little piece of you to enjoy life after the lights are out. You know what I mean?
Words of wisdom.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time as
Appreciate
always.
You, Same way.
Appreciate you.